Chosen one. Pause right here. Heaven has stopped everything around you for this exact moment. You are not reading these words by accident. This is divine appointment. The Spirit of God is reaching into your timeline to awaken what has been sleeping too long. You are not ordinary. You are marked, selected, and set apart for something that will shake the very ground you walk on. This week, this very Wednesday, has been written into heaven's schedule as the day of eruption, the day when what was promised bursts into reality. Listen closely, the divine countdown has already begun. You can almost hear it in your spirit, that soft but steady pulse, heaven's heartbeat aligning with your destiny. Every unseen delay, every painful season, every closed door was not rejection, but preparation. Heaven was preparing a stage that could hold the weight of your calling. You were never denied, only delayed until the fullness of time arrived. And that time is now approaching. Wednesday will not be a regular day. For you, it is sacred. Heaven has circled that day with light, assigning angels to guard your steps. Destiny is converging. This is why the warfare has intensified, because the enemy always attacks hardest when breakthrough is closest. But you, chosen one, will not break. You will rise on, you will walk through the shaking and step straight into divine release. You have carried much. You have endured more than most could bear. And heaven has seen every sleepless night, every quiet prayer whispered when no one else understood. Nothing was wasted. Every tear has watered the ground for this moment. The silence was not God's absence, it was His preparation. For in silence, He shapes strength. In delay, He builds depth. And in pain, He forges purpose. Now heaven whispers, be alert. For when dawn rises on Wednesday, divine acceleration will ignite. Fortune, spiritual, emotional, even material, will begin to manifest around you. Things that once resisted will yield. The favor that seemed distant will suddenly find you. The tables are turning, not by effort, but by divine decree. Chosen one. This message is a trumpet. It calls you out of complacency and into readiness. The next few days are not to be lived casually. They are to be guarded intentionally. Protect your mind from distraction. Keep your spirit clean from bitterness. The countdown continues whether you notice or not so notice it. Heaven's timing is precise. And if you wonder whether you can truly rise after all you have faced, hear this sacred reminder. It was declared in the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Those are not empty words, they are living fire. They remind you that strength is not drawn from your willpower, but from divine empowerment. Every weakness becomes a doorway for His power to flow through you. Every limitation is about to become a testimony of supernatural grace. You are not too late. You have not missed your chance. The very fact that you are reading this right now is evidence that heaven is still counting you in. So lift your head. Chosen one. Expect divine acceleration. Expect restoration where you thought all was lost. Expect the impossible to bow to the name that is above every name. And now, as a prophetic act of faith, like and share this message to awaken others before their time passes. Comment 777 below to declare that you are aligned with heaven's countdown. And if you have not yet, subscribe not as routine, but as covenant connection with what God is releasing in this season. This Wednesday is not coming to test you, it's coming to crown you. Stay ready, for the explosion of favor is near. Chosen one. As the days draw nearer to Wednesday, you can feel the weight in the atmosphere shifting. The air itself seems to vibrate with divine tension. Heaven is preparing to open the book of your destiny to the page that has long been sealed. What you are about to witness was written long before you took your first breath. It was scripted in eternity's ink, recorded by angelic hands. And now, at last, heaven says, it is time. You were not randomly placed in this moment. Every heartbeat, every breath you take has led you to this threshold. The day that is approaching this Wednesday was carved into your destiny before the foundations of the world. You may have thought it was an ordinary week, another passing chapter, but heaven knew otherwise. You were chosen for this very intersection in time. You are walking into a divine collision between prophecy and fulfillment. There are moments when history bends around obedience, when heaven's script begins to unfold visibly on earth. Those who are sensitive to the Spirit can feel it. They know when something unseen is about to erupt. You, chosen one, are one of those who feel it deeply. The uneasiness, the restlessness, the sudden stirring inside you are not anxiety. They are labor pains of destiny. Something within you is being born. Do not be surprised if this season feels strange. Heaven's preparation rarely looks like comfort. Before the dawn of divine revelation, darkness often trembles and resists. Every disappointment that has pressed against you recently is not a sign of failure, but evidence that something powerful is near. The enemy always attempts to cloud vision before revelation, to fill the air with confusion so you lose your focus. But not this time. Not you. You have matured beyond distraction. You have learned to recognize the difference between chaos and calling. You must remember this Wednesday is not luck, it is lineage. What is about to happen in your life is connected to the prayers of those who came before you. Some blessings are generational. They skip years, decades, even centuries, waiting for one descendant who has the courage to believe again. You are that one. The promises made to your bloodline are finding fulfillment in you. You are carrying answers that were delayed for generations. And heaven has declared that the waiting ends now. You have been in preparation for this without even realizing it. Every season of waiting has refined your spirit. Every closed door trained your discernment. Every heartbreak purified your motives. Heaven does not release abundance into unready hands. And you are finally ready. You may not feel strong, but your humility is the proof of your maturity. Strength in the kingdom is not the absence of struggle, it is the decision to keep standing in faith when the ground beneath you trembles. In the sacred writings of old, there is a verse that speaks directly into this divine alignment. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. These words are not ancient history, they are prophecy alive in your bloodstream. God knew you before your first cry. He saw your mission before you had a name. Every twist in your story, every detour, every loss was filtered through the hands of divine foreknowledge. You are not walking into something new for God, you are walking into something already finished by Him. That is why you must not fear. What is coming has already been prepared. What feels like uncertainty to you is precision to heaven. Every delay was designed to synchronize your movement with divine order. When Wednesday dawns, you will realize that nothing was late and nothing was wasted. There is a reason you have felt separated, misunderstood, even isolated. Heaven has been protecting you from environments that could dilute your destiny. You are not meant to blend in. You are meant to stand out. You were hidden for a time because exposure too early can destroy what is meant to grow in secret. But now, the hiding season is ending. The cover is lifting. Heaven is about to reveal what it has been shaping behind closed doors. Do not seek validation from the world for what heaven has already approved. When the appointed day arrives, your fruit will speak for you. People will not understand how everything begins to align so suddenly, but you will know it was written all along. You have come too far to doubt now. You have endured too much to quit before the fulfillment. The same God who sustained you through wilderness will guide you into abundance. So stand tall, steady your spirit, and walk forward with quiet confidence. The script has already been written, and your name is engraved on its every page. Wednesday is not the beginning of something new. It is the unveiling of something eternal. Chosen one, the silence you have endured was never empty. It was sacred preparation. Heaven does not rush destiny. It refines it. Every lonely night, every unseen struggle, every unanswered prayer was molding you into the vessel you are now becoming. You thought you were standing still, but in truth, heaven was accelerating you in secret. Your waiting was not wasted. It was a spiritual workshop where strength, patience, and discernment were being built in layers. There is a rhythm to divine timing that human eyes often cannot see. You felt overlooked, but you were being hidden. You felt forgotten, but you were being focused. The delays were divine training grounds, shaping your endurance for what is now approaching. Heaven never places new weight on unprepared shoulders, and you, chosen one, have been sculpted through the pressure. What once broke you now builds you. What once wounded you now fuels you. You have emerged from that hidden place stronger, wiser, and more sensitive to the whispers of God. You carry evidence of heaven's craftsmanship in your scars. Each one tells a story of survival, of endurance, of faith that refused to die even when hope seemed impossible. You prayed when others stopped believing. You waited when others walked away. You worshipped when the pain tried to silence you. That obedience did not go unnoticed. Heaven records the tears of the faithful, and yours have written a testimony that will soon speak louder than words. Every season of silence was heaven's classroom. You were learning to hear the still, small voice, the one that does not shout, but guides. You learned that true faith is not built in noise, but in quiet surrender. And now, as the divine countdown moves closer to Wednesday, the lessons are converging into manifestation. The invisible hand that held you in the shadows is now preparing to reveal you in the light. But hear this carefully when fortune explodes. Do not forget the roots of your preparation. Prosperity is not the goal. Purpose is. Fortune will come as a servant, not a master. You will be blessed to build, favored to free others, and elevated to lift. Heaven is about to entrust you with more, but only because you proved faithful with less. The glory that is coming will not crush you because your character has been tempered in the fire of patience. Chosen one, this is why you had to endure rejection. Rejection was not God's punishment, it was His protection. The doors that refused to open were doors that would have drained your spirit. The relationships that ended were assignments completed. Heaven closed those chapters because what is written for you cannot fit in the old pages. When Wednesday arrives, the pages will turn, and you will not need to force anything. Grace will carry you forward. You are not behind. You are precisely on time. The delay you hated was the very thing that kept you aligned with heaven's schedule. Many have tried to run ahead and fell into exhaustion, but you waited. And now, heaven will honor your patience with acceleration. There is a promise embedded in ancient scripture that speaks directly to this moment. We are reminded through the writings of David in the book of Psalms, chapter 126, verse 5. Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. You have sown in tears, and the harvest is almost ready. The same ground that drank your sorrow will soon bloom with joy. Heaven never forgets what is planted through pain. As you stand on the edge of fulfillment, remember this: what you built in silence will soon be celebrated in public. The same hands that trembled in weakness will hold the weight of glory. The same eyes that cried will see miracles unfold. Nothing you have gone through will be wasted. Every trial will transform into testimony. Now, as a prophetic act of faith, I want you to comment, "I receive it." Write those words below not as routine, but as a declaration that you are ready to harvest what you've sown. When you type it, you're not just writing in a comment section, you are engraving your agreement in the atmosphere. Heaven responds to confession, and your words release what your faith believes. Chosen one, hold fast. Wednesday is approaching swiftly. You have been faithful through obscurity, and now heaven is about to reward you openly. The season of hidden preparation is closing, and the season of revealed glory is opening. The tears that once fell in silence are turning into the sound of celebration. You will see it. You will live it. You will testify of it. Chosen one, something sacred happens when heaven interrupts earth. It does not always arrive with thunder or lightning. Sometimes it slips in quietly, wrapped in ordinary moments. But the atmosphere shifts, and the heart knows. You are standing in such a moment now. Heaven is preparing to intersect your path in a way that will realign your destiny forever. It will not be random, nor will it be earned. It will be a sovereign act of divine orchestration. You have prayed for breakthrough, and heaven has heard every word. But what is coming is far greater than you imagined. For years, God has been weaving invisible threads through your story, connecting moments you thought were meaningless. Every coincidence, every delay, every closed door was part of an unseen pattern. And now, the design is nearly complete. Heaven is pulling the final thread that will bring everything into view. When it happens, you will understand why nothing made sense before. When heaven interrupts earth, everything changes: time, circumstance, expectation. One divine breath can reorder years of struggle. You may have thought your season was over, that the best had already passed. But heaven says otherwise. There are blessings waiting that have your fingerprints on them. They have been stored until the moment your faith and His timing collide. This Wednesday will be such a collision. In the natural, it might look like another sunrise, another morning. But in the spirit, heaven's armies will be mobilized. What was blocked will open. What was heavy will lift. The impossible will begin to yield. Divine interruption does not ask permission. It arrives with authority. It changes the narrative in a single instant. The same God who parted the sea and shut the mouths of lions is preparing to move on your behalf. You must understand, chosen one, that God's interruptions are not inconveniences, they are invitations. When heaven steps into your schedule, it is not to disrupt, but to direct. Every divine interruption carries hidden instruction. The path that feels unfamiliar is often the doorway to fulfillment. You have prayed for God to move, but now He is asking you to trust Him when He does. When heaven interrupts, it will not always align with logic. It will challenge comfort, confront fear, and expose doubt. But those who respond with faith will witness the miraculous. The story of your life is entering its turning point. Everything that once looked fragmented will suddenly reveal divine order. Heaven is positioning people you have not yet met, aligning opportunities you cannot yet see, and unlocking resources you never expected. Do not be surprised if sudden shifts occur in the coming days. These are not random, they are divine rearrangements. When heaven moves, it moves fast. In moments like these, obedience becomes your greatest weapon. Do not overthink the direction God gives you, simply respond. Every act of obedience, no matter how small, carries the power to unlock the next instruction. The miracles you seek will not always come through grand gestures, but through quiet faithfulness. Heaven measures hearts, not volume. There is a sacred record in the holy writings that testifies to this truth. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. These words are not ancient poetry. They are eternal law. They echo across time to reach your present moment. You have fought long enough, pushed hard enough, worried deep enough. Now, heaven commands stillness, not because nothing is happening, but because everything is. When you rest, God moves. When you release control, divine power is unleashed. Chosen one, take comfort in knowing that you are not fighting alone. The unseen world is alive with motion. Angels are dispatched. Paths are being cleared. Your prayers have not vanished into silence, they have gathered weight, and that weight is tipping the scales in your favor. Heaven's interruption will not only change your circumstance, but also transform your perspective. What once looked like loss will reveal itself as alignment. You are about to witness the supernatural invade the natural. You will see how divine precision works, how every delay had purpose, how every detour was direction, how every no protected a greater yes. Heaven has not forgotten a single detail of your journey. The God who began your story is the same one writing its climax. So breathe deeply. Chosen one, the wind of heaven is already stirring. It carries the sound of fulfillment, the scent of new beginnings, the energy of rebirth. Let your heart be still, not in apathy but in faith. The author of your destiny is stepping onto the stage of your life, and the next act will leave you in awe. When heaven interrupts earth, it never comes to take from you, it comes to give what was always yours. Chosen one, can you feel it? The sound has changed. Heaven's frequency is vibrating through the air like the distant echo of a trumpet. The spiritual atmosphere is alive with motion. Something ancient and powerful is awakening. Heaven is calling your name, and this time the call is not a whisper, it is a declaration. You were never meant to live quietly in the shadows. You were meant to move in rhythm with the sound of heaven. The trumpet of destiny is not made of brass or silver. It is the sound of divine timing reverberating through your spirit. It calls you to rise, to remember who you are, to realign with the assignment placed upon your life before the world was even formed. Every time you feel that pull inside, the sudden urge to pray, the stirring that will not let you rest, that is the trumpet sounding within you. It is heaven reminding you that your moment is near. This sound does not come to everyone. It comes to the ones who have endured, the ones who refused to bow when life grew heavy. It comes to those who still believe when believing hurts. You are among the few who have not given up, and heaven honors that endurance. When you hear the sound, you cannot stay where you are. You must move toward it. It is the song that leads the chosen to their crown. You may wonder, what do I do with this sound? You let it guide you. You let it draw you closer to purpose. The sound of heaven is not just noise, it is instruction. It tells you to forgive again, to hope again, to dream again. It reminds you that faith is not an emotion but an anchor, holding steady even when the sea roars. Every time you choose hope over fear, the trumpet sounds louder. Every time you choose love over bitterness, it echoes stronger. Think of your life as a field. The seeds of obedience you have planted will soon break through the soil, but the rain that waters them comes through acts of connection and faith. Each time you share this message, it's as if you are extending your hands upward to catch heaven's rain, not just for yourself, but for others still wandering in drought. Each like is a light in the darkness, each share a ripple spreading across spiritual waters. When you subscribe, you are saying, I choose to stay close to the sound of heaven. And for those who feel the deep pull to give, to sow, to donate, know this: you are not losing when you give. You are planting into eternity's soil. The seed may leave your hand, but it will never leave your life. Giving is not about money, it is about motion. It means you believe enough in what heaven is doing to take part in it. It is like placing your stone into the sling of David, small in your hand, mighty in his. Do not underestimate the quiet power of generosity. When you give from the heart, you join heaven's work on earth. You become part of the echo. Your act of faith becomes another note in the song of destiny. You are not buying a blessing. You are aligning with the rhythm of divine abundance. Heaven multiplies what flows freely from a surrendered heart. There is a story written in the sacred text that captures this very essence. The apostle declared in the first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 52, "For the trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed." This verse is more than prophecy, it is metaphor and mystery. The trumpet represents transformation, the divine sound that awakens dormant purpose. When heaven sounds its call, everything dead in you, every buried dream, every silenced vision, every forgotten hope comes alive again. So when you hear this message, let your spirit rise. Let your actions echo your faith. Click that heart not for vanity, but for victory, because each one declares, I am awake. I hear the trumpet. Share this message not out of obligation, but out of compassion, because someone else's spirit is waiting for this same sound to reach them. Subscribe as an act of belonging, because heaven's family moves together, never alone. And if you feel led to sow into this message, do it with joy. Your gift becomes a seed that will bloom into blessings in ways you cannot yet see. The trumpet has sounded, chosen one. Do not stand still when the music of heaven calls. Let your obedience be your offering. Let your faith be your movement. The sound that began as a whisper in your heart is now the anthem of your destiny. Step forward into the rhythm of heaven and let the world see what happens when a chosen one answers the call. Chosen one. The number you are about to release from your lips is not a mere symbol, it is a prophetic key. Heaven speaks in patterns, and numbers are the language of divine timing. Every number carries frequency, and every frequency opens a door. You are stepping into a season where heaven's timing and your obedience are about to collide in one unmistakable moment of release. The countdown has been moving quietly beneath the surface of your days. You have felt it in the stirring of your spirit, in the quickened heartbeat that comes when you pray, in the sudden tears that appear for no reason. These are not emotions, they are signals. Heaven has been drawing you closer, aligning your spirit with its own rhythm. Now that rhythm is ready to break into manifestation. Wednesday is not approaching as a day, it is approaching as a wave. It carries with it the energy of promises long delayed and blessings long prepared. This wave will not destroy, it will deliver. It will lift what was sunken, restore what was lost, and reveal what was hidden. But to ride it, your spirit must be positioned in faith. Faith does not wait passively, it participates. And one of the ways heaven measures participation is through prophetic action. The number heaven has placed before you tonight is 444. Do not see it as digits, see it as a door, It represents foundation, stability, and divine order. It is the sound of heaven building what cannot be shaken. For every part of your life that felt fragile, unstable, or uncertain, this is your reassurance that heaven is rebuilding from the ground up. When you declare this number, you are agreeing with God's architecture for your destiny. Chosen one, think of the storms you have survived. They came to collapse your structure, to erode your trust, to make you question if you were ever called. Yet here you stand. The winds may have bent you, but they did not break you. The flood may have surrounded you, but it did not drown you. You endured because your foundation was deeper than fear. You were rooted in divine strength even when you could not see it. Now heaven says it is time to rebuild. But this rebuilding will not be by your own hand, it will be by divine blueprint. The structures you lost, relationships, opportunities, dreams will return, but in a higher form. Heaven is replacing what was temporary with what is eternal. You are not just entering a new season, you are stepping into a new dimension of order. What was once chaotic will begin to make sense. What was once scattered will align. There is power in agreement, and numbers carry agreement into the unseen. That is why heaven uses them as prophetic symbols. When you declare 444, you are not performing ritual, you are aligning language. You are saying, "Let heaven's order be established in me." And when heaven hears that agreement, it moves with precision. In the sacred writings, this truth has been reflected across generations. According to what is revealed in the book of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 29, "According to your faith be it unto you." These words are the key to manifestation. Heaven does not move according to your fear, your feelings, or your failures. It moves according to your faith. When you believe, creation responds. When you declare in faith, the unseen bends toward your words. Chosen one, this number, this prophetic code is not about luck or superstition. It is about alignment. When you type 444, you are publicly declaring that you trust heaven's timing more than your own impatience. You are saying that you are ready for the stability that comes after shaking, the peace that comes after pressure, and the clarity that follows confusion. Think of it as pressing your hand against the door of destiny. Each 4 is a nail in the frame of your foundation, Father, Son, Spirit, and the heart of your obedience. Together they form the structure through which heaven builds permanence in your life. This is not fleeting favor, this is established blessing. Now pause. Feel the weight of this moment. The same hand that shaped mountains is stretching toward you. The same voice that spoke galaxies into existence is whispering your name. Heaven's architecture is complete. All it awaits is your agreement. Type 444 below as a prophetic act of faith. Do not do it because others will see it, do it because heaven will. That single act becomes a signature on the covenant of divine order over your life. When you release that number, see it as a prayer, as a seal, as a statement. You are saying, "I am ready for divine structure. I am ready for balance. I am ready for peace." And when Wednesday dawns, the very foundations of your life will begin to shift, not by chaos, but by design. Chosen one. Heaven builds what hell cannot break. And this week, your foundation will be tested, strengthened, and blessed. What begins in faith will be established in glory. Chosen one. Every destiny worth carrying will face resistance. The moment heaven declares your breakthrough, darkness begins to tremble and to fight back. The battle that surrounds you right now is not proof of failure, it is confirmation of promise. If there were nothing valuable within you, the enemy would not waste energy opposing you. But because you carry divine treasure, warfare is inevitable. You are the storm the darkness fears. The spiritual world recognizes who you are even when you doubt it. That is why opposition has been fierce. Every sleepless night, every wave of fear, every unexpected attack was designed to wear you down, to make you surrender before the fulfillment arrived. Yet even in your weakness, heaven has sustained you. You did not fall apart because divine hands held you together. What was meant to destroy you has instead revealed your endurance. The truth is this: before every explosion of blessing, there is always a tremor of conflict. Before light breaks, shadows grow darker. That is why your life has felt heavy lately. The warfare increased because the release is near. The enemy senses what is coming. He sees the light gathering around you, and in his panic, he throws distractions, false accusations, and emotional storms to pull your attention away. But what the enemy forgets is that pressure produces power. Every attack only pushes you deeper into purpose. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory. Heaven already wrote the end of your story. The battle is not to determine if you win, but how much you believe you already have. The enemy's greatest weapon is deception, making you think the struggle means abandonment, when in truth the struggle means advancement. The moment you realize that, the fight begins to lose its power. Sometimes spiritual warfare feels like walking through fog. You cannot see the next step, but you know you must keep moving. That fog is fear's final attempt to block your vision. Yet the light within you, the one heaven kindled long ago, cannot be extinguished. Every prayer you whisper is a torch. Every act of faith is a strike against the darkness. The very breath you take in defiance of despair is an act of war. Remember the times you thought you were alone in your battle. You were never alone. Heaven's armies were encamped around you, unseen but active. Angels fought for you in realms you could not perceive. There were moments when you almost fell, but invisible hands lifted you. You wondered why peace came after panic, why strength rose when you had none left that was divine assistance. The invisible rescue of grace. The warfare you face now is not punishment. It is promotion in disguise. Every level of calling comes with a matching level of opposition. But you have been equipped for this. The same God who anointed David also armed him. The same Spirit that filled Esther with courage now fills you. You are not defenseless. You are divine in purpose. You may feel small, but within you resides the same power that rolled away the stone and raised the dead. It was written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. These are not comforting words, they are legal declarations in the court of heaven. They mean that though the weapon may form, it cannot finish. It may strike, but it cannot succeed. It may roar, but it cannot rule. You have already been covered by covenant. The enemy does not fear your struggle, he fears your awakening. When you realize who you are, every chain begins to fall. The battle ceases to be external and becomes internal, a war between belief and doubt, faith and fear, obedience and hesitation. The moment you choose belief, the darkness begins to scatter. That is why maintaining peace in chaos is not weakness, it is warfare. Your calm terrifies the enemy. Your silence confuses him. Your persistence defeats him. Chosen one, do not grow weary. The heaviness you feel is not the weight of defeat, but the weight of destiny. Heaven is strengthening your spirit muscles through resistance. You are learning endurance not to survive storms, but to command them. Soon, what once intimidated you will bow to your authority. You will speak peace, and winds will obey. You will declare truth, and lies will dissolve. The battle is not endless, it is nearing its turning point. Every storm has an expiration date, and yours is close. When the breaking comes, you will not only see deliverance, you will carry it for others. Your victory will become a blueprint for those still trapped in battle. You will tell them, I was there too, but God brought me out. So breathe deeply, lift your head. You are not a victim of war, you are a commander in it. Heaven's light surrounds you. The very darkness that tried to bury you will one day testify of your strength. The war is fierce, but your victory is guaranteed. Chosen one, something sacred is shifting in the unseen. What once felt locked away behind layers of delay is now trembling under divine command. The veil that covered your progress, the unseen resistance that made everything feel slow, suspended, or uncertain is tearing. It is not being lifted gently, it is being ripped apart by divine hands. What heaven has ordained cannot remain hidden any longer. For so long, you have walked through seasons where you felt forgotten. You prayed, fasted, obeyed, and yet the results seemed delayed. Every door you knocked on stayed closed. Every opportunity seemed to vanish just when you thought it was within reach. But now, the tide is turning. The waiting was never meant to break you, it was meant to refine you until the promise could safely rest in your hands. Delay in heaven's language is not denial, it is development. There are blessings that can only be released when the vessel is strong enough to carry them. God has not been ignoring you. He has been protecting you from premature exposure. The moment your character aligned with His purpose, the gates of manifestation began to open. You may not see it fully yet, but the shift has already begun. The veil of delay is not only external, it is also internal. It has existed in your thoughts, in your fears, in your doubts. Every time you said, maybe it's not for me, you unknowingly reinforced that veil. Every moment you compared your journey to someone else's timeline, you added another thread to it. But heaven, in mercy, is tearing even that inner veil. You will soon think differently, see differently, and expect differently. You will walk with a new confidence born not of pride, but of revelation. Look back for a moment. Chosen one, every delay carried a hidden lesson. The doors that would not open forced you to find new ones. The people who walked away revealed who was truly for you. The opportunities that collapsed redirected you to paths that fit your calling more perfectly. None of it was wasted. What you thought was rejection was divine redirection. Heaven was rearranging your story so that your destiny would be built on stability, not emotion. Now, the spiritual curtain is being drawn aside. What once felt impossible will soon become inevitable. You will begin to see the fruit of every quiet act of obedience. Prayers that seemed unanswered are about to return with multiplied responses. The no of the past is about to transform into heaven's resounding now. But understand this: when the veil of delay is torn, movement becomes rapid. Doors will open quickly. People will appear unexpectedly. Opportunities will find you without effort. In that speed, you must remain grounded. The same humility that sustained you in waiting must guide you in acceleration. Many lose themselves when breakthrough arrives because they mistake speed for strength. But you, chosen one, will know better. You will move fast but walk wisely. The world will look at your rise and call it sudden, but you will know it was never sudden, it was scheduled. You were always meant to arrive at this exact moment. Heaven's timing is perfect, and every day you thought was wasted was secretly working for you. Even the tears that fell were watering your future. The breaking of delay means that harvest season has begun, and what has been hidden under soil will soon pierce through into light. This moment was foretold long ago in the sacred writings. Scripture says in the Gospel of John, chapter 5, verse 9, "At once the man was healed. He took up his mat and walked." That phrase "at once" is the rhythm of what heaven is now doing in your life. Long-standing stagnation replaced by sudden movement. Years of limitation overturned by a single moment of grace. Just as that man who waited by the pool for 38 years found instant restoration, so shall you see divine speed overtake delay. Chosen one. The same spirit that entered that moment of miracle is entering your story now. What used to take years will take days. What used to require effort will now unfold through favor. You will wonder how everything changed so quickly, but it won't be coincidence. It will be covenant. The God who spoke, "Let there be light," is speaking again, saying, "Let there be movement." So lift your eyes. The clouds are parting. The air feels different because it is different. You are crossing the invisible threshold between waiting and walking, between promise and possession. The veil of delay has served its purpose, and now it has no authority over you. Step forward with confidence. The way is clear, the timing is right, and heaven's acceleration is already in motion. Chosen one, there comes a time when silence can no longer remain silence, when heaven leans close and says, "Now, speak." This is that time. The same voice that spoke creation into existence has placed authority upon your tongue. Every word you release in faith carries weight in the spirit. You have waited, endured, believed, but now heaven says, "Open your mouth, because your voice is not merely sound, it is a weapon." For too long, you have whispered prayers through tears, asking, "Lord, when will it be my turn?" The answer is when you speak. The spiritual world responds to declarations rooted in belief. Angels do not move on thoughts, they move on words. Demons do not retreat from emotions, they retreat from commands. Heaven itself operates through the language of decree. That is why creation began not with hands but with words. God said, "Let there be light," and light appeared. And now, you, as His image bearer, have been given that same authority. You do not need to shout to be heard. Heaven hears faith, not volume. You can whisper a word, and eternity will echo it. You can speak a sentence, and the atmosphere will bend to obey. That is the mystery of divine partnership. Heaven waits for earth to agree. Your obedience activates what God has already prepared. This is why your words matter more than you realize. Every complaint weakens your strength. Every confession of faith multiplies it. When you say, "I will overcome," angels align with those words. When you say, "I am finished," darkness gains ground. Words are seeds, and the soil of the Spirit never sleeps. What you plant, you will eventually see. You have seen the power of this truth before. Remember the times you spoke life into hopeless moments. When you declared peace over chaos and somehow peace came. That was not coincidence, it was creation. You were using divine authority without even realizing it. Now heaven is calling you to do it intentionally, consistently, powerfully. Chosen one, this is the hour to decree blessing, not beg for it. You are not a beggar at heaven's door, you are an heir of its kingdom. You do not plead for crumbs when your name is written on the feast. Speak as one who belongs. Speak as one who knows their Father's voice. When you declare healing, the body must respond. When you speak breakthrough, the atmosphere must align. When you bless your path, obstacles dissolve before your feet. As the ancient scripture declares in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." Those words are not metaphor, they are law. Your tongue is a gate between realms. Through it, heaven invades earth, or fear invites darkness. Every word builds or breaks, gives or takes, heals or harms. But you, chosen one, have learned enough pain to know that now you must only speak life. Speak over your home. Speak over your family. No, speak over your future. Speak over the dreams that have been buried by doubt. Say their names aloud and call them back to life. The atmosphere does not resist authority, it recognizes it. And when you speak from your spirit, the natural realm begins to shift to match what heaven has already decreed. There is no power in silence when the moment demands speech. When you say nothing, the enemy fills the void with lies. But when you speak, truth reclaims territory. Even now, heaven is waiting for your next declaration. Angels are listening. The walls that once surrounded your progress are listening. The storm that has lingered too long is listening. Speak, and watch how creation responds. Now, as a prophetic act of faith, comment, "I speak life." Let that phrase be your banner, your sword, your sound. Do not write it because it looks good, write it because it means something. When you type those words, you are making a decree that heaven will honor. You are saying that from this day forward, your mouth will be an instrument of blessing, not burden. You are rejecting the language of fear and embracing the language of faith. Chosen one, this act may look small to the world, but heaven measures intent, not size. The moment you declare, "I speak life," angels are dispatched to enforce it. Your relationships, your finances, your health, your mind, all will begin to reflect that truth. You will see it. You will feel it. You will live it. So lift your head. Breathe deeply. Let your words rise like incense. Speak not as one waiting for permission, but as one walking in power. The voice that once trembled with uncertainty will now roar with authority. Heaven has placed its sound inside you, and when you release it, everything changes. Your miracle is waiting for your mouth. Say it and see it. Chosen one, when heaven opens a door of overflow, it does not creak, it swings wide with force. The sound of that hinge moving is the sound of chains falling. You have waited long enough at the edge of promise, but now the door is opening not by your effort, but by divine decree. What once was sealed is now accessible. What once was hard to reach will now flow easily. Heaven is not releasing fragments, it is releasing fullness. Overflow is more than abundance, it is purpose multiplied. It is not about having more, it is about becoming more. You were never designed just to survive, you were built to pour. The door of overflow is not just an entry into blessing, it is an assignment into generosity. You are about to become a conduit through which heaven supplies others. The same hands that once reached out in need will now extend help. Imagine a river after a heavy rain. It rises, breaks its banks, and rushes across dry land. That is what heaven's blessing will do in your life. It will not stay contained. Every dry area will feel the touch of water. Every barren place will bloom. Every empty heart that draws near to you will sense the freshness of what God has poured into you. You will not chase opportunity. Opportunity will chase you. You will not fight for favor. Favor will flow like a current that carries you effortlessly forward. But even rivers must have channels. Overflow becomes destructive if not directed. That is why heaven often begins with a whisper guiding where to give, where to sow, where to serve. Overflow is sustained through obedience. When God trusts you with much, He watches how you handle it. The more open your hands, the longer the flow continues. There will be moments in this new season when you will feel heaven tugging on your heart to give, to donate, to support, to extend. Do not see it as loss. A river never cries over the water it releases because it knows more is always coming. What leaves your hand never leaves your life, it returns multiplied. Each act of generosity becomes a seed that ensures continuous flow. Perhaps right now you feel the stirring in your heart to help keep this message reaching others. Maybe you feel that whisper soft but certain saying, "Be part of what heaven is building." That is not manipulation, it is invitation. Giving is not a transaction, it is participation. It means you are not just receiving the rain, you are helping build the wells that others will drink from. Think of this space, this community of the chosen, as a garden of voices. Every like you press is a drop of water on a seed. Every share you send out is sunlight breaking through the clouds. Every subscription is a root anchoring the message deeper into the soil of the world. And every donation, no matter the size, is fertilizer that ensures the garden keeps blooming. You are not funding noise, you are fueling transformation. When you engage, you are not supporting a screen, you are supporting souls. You are helping someone on the other side of the world hear what their spirit has been longing for. You are building a network of light that reaches into the dark corners of despair. You are extending heaven's voice beyond the boundaries of your own life. There is a promise that captures the essence of overflow and giving. The prophet declared in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 10, "I will open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing so great you will not have room to receive it." Notice it says pour out, not hand out. Blessings do not trickle, they rush. And when they rush, they fill every empty vessel they find. But heaven pours only where there is expectation and participation. Chosen one, if this message has watered your soul, then let your response be part of the rainfall. Like this message so it can reach others standing in drought. Share it so that someone lost in silence can find sound again. Subscribe so that you remain connected to the river of revelation that flows through these words. And if you feel the nudge to sow, to donate, do it not out of pressure, but out of partnership. You are saying, "I believe in what heaven is doing, and I want to keep the river flowing." Overflow is not meant to end with you, it is meant to move through you. The door that opens now will not only bless your household, but every life connected to you. People will look at your peace and not understand it. They will see your growth and not know the cost. But you will know it was obedience that built the bridge, faith that unlocked the flood, and generosity that kept it flowing. So stand ready. Chosen one. The door of overflow is opening even now. Step through it with humility, walk in it with gratitude, and pour from it with joy. What is coming is not random favor, it is a divine flood designed to carry you and everyone near you into a new dimension of abundance. Chosen one, every great release comes through a sacred exchange. Heaven does not take to punish, it takes to transform. What you lay down becomes the seed of what will rise again multiplied. You have been through a season of surrender, some of it chosen, some of it forced. There were things you wanted to keep but had to let go. Dreams you tried to protect but saw dissolve. People you wished would stay but watched walk away. You thought you were losing, but in truth, you were trading. Heaven was performing a divine exchange, your pain for purpose, your fear for faith, your loss for legacy. When God begins to shift your story, He first asks for what you hold most tightly. Not because He wants to break your heart, but because He knows your heart must be free to receive more. The blessing of overflow cannot fill hands already full. There are moments when heaven must empty you so it can trust you with abundance. This is why surrender feels like death before it reveals itself as resurrection. You have already experienced pieces of this truth. There were seasons you thought were endings, but they were beginnings in disguise. The job that ended, the friendship that faded, the plan that failed, they were all necessary removals. The divine surgeon never cuts without purpose. What he prunes, he intends to make flourish. You did not lose stability. You lost what was standing in the way of true foundation. You did not lose control. You were being invited to trust deeper. Surrender is the highest form of worship because it is love proven through obedience. When you say, "God, not my will but yours," you hand him the pen to rewrite your life with his perfect script, and his stories never end in ashes. Every surrender becomes a seed that heaven waters with favor. In time, the harvest always returns greater than what was laid down. There is a quiet beauty in divine exchange. It is not always dramatic. Sometimes it happens in silence, in the middle of an ordinary day, when you finally breathe out the words, "I release it." And in that moment, invisible hands begin to build what your striving could not. The exchange may start with tears, but it always ends with peace. Chosen one, do you remember the moments when everything inside you screamed to hold on, yet something deeper whispered, "Let go"? That whisper was heaven's invitation. You were being called to the altar of trust, where your fear was burned away and your faith was refined. You might not have seen it then, but every time you surrendered, you stepped closer to the fulfillment of your calling. The parts of your story that you once labeled loss will soon be recognized as offering. In the sacred texts, this truth shines with radiant clarity. It is written in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 25. "Whoever loses his life for my sake will find it." This is not a call to destruction. It is a call to discovery. To lose your life means to release the version of yourself built by fear, pride, and control so that the divine design can emerge. The life you are about to find will not be smaller. It will be sacred, strong, and steady. The divine exchange does not only concern the external, it reaches into the deepest parts of who you are. You are being transformed from the inside out. The bitterness that once lived quietly in the corners of your heart is being replaced with compassion. The disappointment that weighed down your steps is turning into wisdom. The confusion that clouded your vision is giving way to clarity. You are not who you were last season. The fire changed you not into ashes, but into gold. You are learning what heaven has known all along. Nothing surrendered to God is ever lost. Everything given in faith returns refined, purified, magnified. The divine exchange is never unfair, it is extravagant. You give what you think is small, and God returns what cannot be measured. You let go of what is fading, and He gives you what will last forever. Chosen one, the air around you is shifting. The fragrance of surrender has drawn heaven close. What you released in tears, you will soon hold again in triumph. But this time, it will fit perfectly into your purpose. Trust the exchange. The loss was never loss, it was investment, and heaven always repays in full. Chosen one, the wind of transition is blowing stronger now. You can feel it, the soft stirring that whispers. Something new is beginning. The atmosphere around you carries the scent of change. Heaven is closing one chapter and opening another, and the number that carries this message is being written across your spirit. It is not random, it is revelation. Heaven speaks in numbers because numbers carry rhythm, and rhythm carries order. What you are about to declare will align you with divine completion and new creation. The number heaven has placed before you in this season is 888. It is the number of new beginnings reborn from old endings. It represents resurrection, renewal, and divine recreation. When you see this number, it is heaven's way of saying, The old cycle is finished, the new one has already begun. For too long, you have been walking through the corridor between what was and what will be. It felt narrow and endless, like an eternal hallway with no visible door. But heaven is now opening the door on the other side. The repetition of 8 signifies abundance multiplied 1/8 for redemption, 1 for restoration, and 1 for overflow. You are not stepping into another season of struggle. You are stepping into a trifold blessing. Chosen one, your spirit has matured. The things that used to shake you no longer hold power. The voices that once filled you with fear now sound like distant echoes. This is what growth feels like, not always loud, but deeply steady. You have learned to remain calm in storms that once terrified you. That peace is not weakness, it is authority. Heaven trusts those who walk in quiet strength. You might wonder why this transition feels both exciting and heavy. That is because endings always echo before new beginnings sing. You are standing in the sacred space between promise and manifestation, and heaven is fine-tuning your heart to recognize the sound of what's coming. Every number heaven gives carries both instruction and invitation. The number 8 total delayed is not just about what you will receive, it is about what you will release. To enter new beginnings, you must leave behind the weight of old seasons. Release the regrets that no longer serve your growth. Release the guilt that heaven already forgave. Release the memories that replay pain instead of purpose. The door cannot open while your hands are still clutching what belongs to the past. You are being called to walk lighter, freer, stronger. This is the spiritual act of alignment, the releasing of what has expired to make room for what is eternal. In the sacred writings, we find a divine reminder of this truth. It was declared in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 5. Behold, I make all things new. These words are heaven's guarantee that restoration is not imagination. It is divine intention. God never ends a chapter without preparing the next. The one who wrote your story has never run out of ink. Even when you thought everything had collapsed, heaven was quietly drafting your new beginning. The number 888 is heaven's stamp of renewal. It means old wounds are being healed at their roots. It means forgotten promises are being resurrected. It means divine opportunities are about to appear in unexpected places. You will soon find yourself walking into rooms you once dreamed of, speaking words you once only whispered in prayer, meeting people whose presence feels like prophecy. Nothing about this is accidental. The divine cycle is unfolding perfectly. Chosen one, you have entered a rebirth season. The things that died are being raised again, but this time in upgraded form. Relationships that fell apart will be replaced by ones built on truth. Dreams that faded will return sharper and stronger. You will look back and realize that heaven never wasted a single delay. Every loss cleared the path for this arrival. Now, to seal this moment in faith, perform a prophetic act of agreement. Comment 888. Type it not as a number on a screen, but as a declaration that you are ready for renewal. When you write those digits, you are saying, I accept the new, I release the old, I step into alignment with divine rebirth. Heaven reads that not as data, but as devotion. Your simple act of faith becomes a spiritual signature on heaven's decree. This is not coincidence. This is covenant. The season of waiting is over. The cycle of restoration has begun. Step through this new threshold. Chosen one. Heaven is rewriting your story with the ink of new beginnings. Chosen one. Every move of heaven brings with it a moment of separation. Before the new emerges in fullness, the old must release its claim. The hour of separation is not punishment, it is purification. It is the divine sorting that distinguishes between what can walk with you into the promise and what must remain behind in the wilderness. Heaven does not divide to destroy. It divides to define. You have felt this shift quietly building inside you. Conversations that once fed your soul now feel empty. Places that once felt familiar now seem foreign. People who once understood you now cannot comprehend your language. It is not pride or arrogance, it is transformation. You are evolving, and not everyone around you is meant to grow at the same pace. The light within you has intensified, and when light increases, shadows retreat. Do not mistake loneliness for abandonment. When heaven separates you, it is not because you are unloved, it is because you are being set apart. There is a sacred difference between isolation and consecration. Isolation is the enemy's trap. Consecration is God's preparation. You are not being pushed away from people. You are being pulled closer to purpose. The very distance that feels painful is the distance that will protect your destiny. There comes a time when you must decide who and what belongs in your next chapter. Not every voice can travel where you are going. Some will try to follow, but their presence will drain what heaven is trying to pour into you. This is why discernment is essential in seasons of separation. Not everyone who claps for you is cheering from a pure heart. Some celebrate your potential but secretly hope you never reach it. Heaven reveals hearts before it releases crowns. Separation is often misunderstood because it rarely looks divine. It feels like endings, like doors closing, like silence. But in the unseen, heaven is rearranging your circle. It is protecting you from attachments that would have limited your expansion. Every person removed was part of a divine pruning so that new fruit could grow. You may not understand it now, but you will look back and thank God for every goodbye that made room for greater glory. There is power in letting go with grace. Bitterness binds. Blessing releases moment. When people walk away, bless them. When situations crumble, thank God for what they taught you. Every departure is direction in disguise. The Father's hand is steering you towards spaces that match your new frequency. If you try to drag the old into the new, you will only exhaust yourself. The promise cannot bloom in soil that refuses to change. You are being called to stand in the quiet courage of obedience. It takes strength to walk away without resentment. It takes faith to trust that heaven knows what it's doing. You are being refined, not reduced. The stripping is not to shame you. It is to reveal your true form beneath the weight of what you've outgrown. The gold must be separated from the dross before it shines. In the sacred record of Scripture, this moment of separation echoes through time. It is written in the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 15. Choose you this day whom ye will serve. This was not only a question for Israel, it is a call for every generation. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot cling to two seasons. You cannot walk in the light while holding on to what lives in shadow. Choice becomes the gate to change. And now, that same question rests before you. Who will you serve? What will you choose? Will you cling to the comfort of the past or step into the unfamiliar brilliance of your calling? Heaven will not force you. It will invite you. The invitation requires courage, and courage is born in clarity. The moment you decide, the path will appear. Chosen one, the separation you feel is heaven's way of positioning you for revelation. You are being moved out of crowded spaces so you can hear God clearly. The noise is fading so that His whisper can guide you. The pruning is painful. Yes, but it is also proof that fruit is near. You are not being cut down, you are being cultivated. Stand firm in this hour. Do not chase what heaven has released. Do not apologize for outgrowing what kept you bound. Your silence is not loss, it is strength. The winds of change are blowing, but they are carrying you higher, not away. You are stepping into holy ground reserved for the obedient. The separation is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your elevation. Chosen one, you have reached the moment where everything you have endured begins to reveal its purpose. The journey has been long, marked with hidden battles, unseen tears, and quiet victories that few ever noticed. Yet, every step, every scar, every prayer whispered into the night was molding you for this your royal assignment. The crown that awaits you was not given lightly. It was forged in fire. Heaven has been preparing you not merely to receive blessing, but to carry it with integrity. There is a weight to glory that only the refined can bear. Many ask for crowns, but few are willing to endure the pressure required to shape them. You, however, have walked through the furnace of affliction and come out purified. The flames did not destroy you. They revealed your true mettle. Every trial you faced was a training ground for spiritual authority. When you were betrayed, you learned compassion. When you were rejected, you discovered resilience. When you were broken, you learned to heal others. The very things that wounded you became weapons in your hands. Heaven wastes nothing. It transforms pain into power and tears into testimony. Now the King of Glory looks upon you and says, "You have proven faithful in obscurity, now I will trust you with visibility." The crown you are about to wear is not made of gold or jewels, it is made of responsibility, wisdom, and light. It signifies that you have been chosen to lead by example, to shine where others hide, to bring hope where others see ruin. This crown is not decoration, it is declaration. To wear it, you must walk differently. Crowns require posture. Royalty does not bow to fear, nor does it chase validation. It moves with quiet confidence, knowing that its authority comes from the throne, not from applause. This is your next level to rise, not in pride, but in presence. The world will sense something new about you. Your words will carry unusual weight. Your actions will shift atmospheres. You will speak, and people will feel peace without knowing why. That is the evidence of the crown. But remember, crowns are not for comfort, they are for service. To be crowned is to be called. Heaven gives influence not for self-promotion, but for transformation. Your assignment will require humility even in elevation. The same grace that lifted you will also sustain you if you remain surrendered. The higher you go, the more essential your dependence on God becomes. Chosen one, the courage that carried you here must now become compassion. Leadership in heaven's kingdom is not about domination, it is about devotion. The crown you carry is a symbol of divine trust, and trust is nurtured through mercy. You have seen darkness, now you will bring light to those still trapped in it. You will speak to weary hearts, and they will rise again. You will walk into broken spaces, and healing will follow you. You will pray, and entire atmospheres will change. There is a sacred assurance written long ago that mirrors this moment. It is found in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 8. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. This verse is more than comfort, it is confirmation. The righteous judge has seen your perseverance. Every silent sacrifice has been counted. The reward is not a distant promise. It is unfolding even now. Still, with great honor comes great vigilance. The enemy does not fear your blessings, he fears your influence. He will try to whisper doubt into your ear. to make you question your worthiness to wear what heaven has placed upon you. But remember, crowns are not earned by perfection, they are granted by grace. You are not wearing it because you did everything right. You are wearing it because you refuse to give up. The glory you carry is not meant to shine alone. A true crown reflects the light of the King who gave it. Your life will now mirror heaven's majesty. People will see you and sense divine presence. Not because you are flawless, but because you are faithful. That faithfulness is your true royalty. So walk forward, chosen one, with head lifted not in arrogance, but in awareness. You have been entrusted with something holy. Let your words be gentle but firm, your steps bold but humble. You are heaven's ambassador, crowned not for show, but for service. The world may call it success, but heaven calls it stewardship. This is your coronation moment, the unveiling of purpose after preparation. The trials you thought were meant to break you were in fact the hammer and fire that shaped your crown. Wear it well. Let its weight remind you that glory always has a purpose and that you are chosen to carry it. The crown is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of your reign. Chosen one. The hour grows late and the sound of the final trumpet trembles on the horizon. Heaven's call is echoing, not as a whisper this time, but as a roar. This is the moment when decision meets destiny, when the watchers in heaven lean forward to see how earth will respond. You have been summoned not by accident, but by assignment. The time to sleep has ended. The season of silence is over. The trumpet is sounding your name. It is not a trumpet made of metal or wind. It is the vibration of eternity shaking the walls of your soul. When heaven calls, the spirit recognizes the sound before the mind understands it. You have felt it lately, the urgency, the stirring, the inexplicable sense that something is about to happen. That sensation is not anxiety. It is the rhythm of heaven aligning with your heartbeat. You are being awakened for purpose. This final call is not one of fear, but of fulfillment. It is heaven saying, "What I promised you, I am ready to perform." But heaven's moves always invite human response. The trumpet is sounding, yes, but it is also asking, will you answer? Imagine a great lighthouse standing at the edge of a stormy sea. Ships wander through the dark, tossed by wind and wave. The keeper of the lighthouse knows that every beam of light, every signal sent, can save a life. You, chosen one, are that keeper. The words you carry, the story you live, the hope you radiate, they are beams of light in a trembling world. But for the light to travel, it must be maintained. The flame inside must be fueled. That is why your engagement matters. Each time you press like, you add oil to the lamp. Every share is a signal that sends the light farther, reaching someone who still drifts in spiritual fog. Each subscription is a step into the circle of light, saying, I choose to remain near the flame. And when you donate, when you give, you are not funding noise, you are refilling the lighthouse itself. You ensure that the beam does not dim, that the voice of heaven continues to reach the lost, the tired, the forgotten. Giving is not a transaction, it is translation. It turns gratitude into action. It transforms hearing into helping. It's the moment when you say, I don't just receive this light, I want others to see it too. The smallest flame shared can ignite 1,000 more. You might think your gesture is small, but heaven measures not by size, but by sincerity. Just as a single drop of water ripples across an ocean, your response today, your like, your comment, your seed of generosity extends far beyond what your eyes can see. It becomes part of the echo of the trumpet that calls others home. Heaven recorded a promise about this very truth. The ancient words in the book of Hebrews chapter 3 verse 15 declare today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts. That today is not someday, it is now. When your spirit feels the vibration of heaven's voice, respond before hesitation builds walls around your heart. The opportunity to act is itself an invitation to grow. Chosen one, the final call is not to fear judgment, but to embrace joy. This is not the trumpet of ending, it is the trumpet of awakening. Heaven is not closing the book, it is turning the page. What comes next will not be destruction, but direction. Not silence, but song. But to step into that melody, you must be part of the sound. So, let your action join the anthem. If this message has stirred something deep within you, don't let it fade into the scroll of distraction. Leave a comment below. Share what you feel, what you sense, what heaven is whispering to you. Your words may be the sign someone else needs tonight. Like this message so that others can find it through the noise. Share it because light is not meant to be hidden under a basket. Subscribe so that you stay connected to the flow of heaven's voice, so you never miss the next sound. And if you feel the nudge to sow, to donate, do it as worship, not obligation. Every seed becomes part of a greater harvest that touches lives far beyond your own. The trumpet is still sounding. Chosen one, it is calling the faithful, the weary, the ready, the hesitant. It is calling you. Let your life be your answer. Let your voice join heaven's sound. Let your heart remain open, your light burning, your spirit awake. For those who respond, the next movement of glory will not be something they watch, it will be something they become. Chosen one. The air is electric now. The divine clock has struck the appointed hour. The moment that heaven whispered about in secret, the day that prophets saw in fragments and your spirit sensed in glimpses, it has arrived. This is not imagination. This is manifestation. Wednesday has dawned, and the explosion of fortune begins. It does not sound like thunder. It does not look like fire. Yet the impact of it shakes realms. When heaven moves, it often moves quietly at first, like the first crack of dawn breaking darkness. But its effect is unstoppable. The explosion you are stepping into is not chaos, it is creation. It is the divine force of fulfillment pushing through every wall that once confined you. All around you, invisible motion begins to take form. The things that were delayed start aligning with perfect precision. Conversations that once felt stuck begin to flow. Doors that resisted suddenly open with ease. You do not need to force anything now. Heaven is doing the heavy lifting. Your only assignment is to walk forward with awareness. You are no longer waiting, you are walking inside the miracle. The explosion of fortune is not only financial, though material blessings will come. It is spiritual wealth, peace that cannot be shaken, clarity that outshines confusion, favor that surrounds you like sunlight. It is the sudden awareness that everything you've lost has been returned in higher form. It is reconciliation, restoration, revelation, all arriving in waves so powerful that your past pain begins to make sense. You will recognize this shift not by noise but by knowing. Deep inside, your spirit will whisper, "This is it." The anxiety that used to grip your chest will fade into calm. The fog will lift. People will begin to treat you differently without knowing why. The very atmosphere around you will shift because heaven has placed its mark of fulfillment upon you. Chosen one. What is happening now was prepared long before your prayers ever formed words. Heaven saw your endurance, your faithfulness when it would have been easier to quit. Every seed of obedience, every quiet act of forgiveness, every decision to trust when you could not see all of it built the foundation for this eruption of blessing. You are not being rewarded randomly. You are being remembered intentionally. In the silence of the unseen, heaven has been building pressure. Just as deep tectonic plates grind unseen before a mountain rises, your obedience has been pressing beneath the surface. The explosion is the release of everything stored through those long years of patience. This is not a miracle that appeared overnight. It is the culmination of every unseen yes you gave to God. Do not be surprised when abundance flows from unexpected places. Heaven often uses the least likely channels to pour out favor. People who overlooked you will become messengers of opportunity. Paths that once seemed blocked will become bridges. Even your past mistakes will begin to work in your favor, as if grace itself is rewriting your history. The sacred writings hold this truth like a jewel. It is recorded in the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 22. The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. That is the nature of divine fortune. It brings no weight, no regret, no hidden cost. When heaven blesses, the burden lifts instead of grows. You will not have to manipulate, strive, or compromise. The blessing itself will carry you. Take a moment to breathe in this new reality. You are walking in answered prayer. The heaviness that once clung to your shoulders is loosening. You are moving lighter now, freer, clearer. The path ahead glows with quiet certainty. The explosion of fortune is not noise outside of you, it is awakening within you. Your mind, your emotions, your perspective all are aligning with abundance. This is heaven's rhythm. When promise meets preparation, manifestation bursts forth. You have entered that rhythm. Every cell in your being can feel it, the divine pulse of completion. The dreams that once seemed distant are now within reach. The resources that once felt impossible are already forming around you. The explosion is not coming to you, it is emerging from you. Look at your hands, chosen one. They carry the evidence of what you've endured and the imprint of what heaven has released. What once trembled in weakness now glows with divine strength. You are not simply receiving fortune. You are becoming a carrier of it. Wherever you go, the atmosphere will shift to match what rests on you. This is the moment heaven promised, the day destiny detonates into reality. Walk carefully but confidently. The explosion is not destructive, it is creative, transformative, unstoppable. Everything begins now. Chosen one. When the noise of the explosion settles, a new stillness fills the air. It is not the silence of emptiness, but the quiet of fulfillment, the hush that follows when heaven finishes a sentence. You are standing in that sacred calm now. The whirlwind has passed, and what remains is peace. Not the fragile kind that the world offers, but the steady, deep peace that cannot be shaken. The explosion has done its work. The barriers have fallen. The blessings have landed. Now comes the holy task of learning how to walk in overflow. The aftermath of glory requires wisdom. When heaven pours out abundance, it is easy for human hearts to become distracted by the very gifts meant to bring gratitude. But you, chosen one, are different. You know that the blessing is not the destination, it is the doorway. What has been poured into you is meant to flow through you. The peace, the favor, the clarity, the increase, these are not trophies to display but tools to build with. Heaven's fortune is not fragile, yet it must be stewarded with reverence. The same discipline that sustained you in drought will now protect you in abundance. Continue to guard your heart. Continue to listen to the quiet inner voice that guided you through the storm. Do not let noise return where peace has been planted. Stillness is not inactivity, it is awareness. The more you dwell in it, clearer your next steps become. Now, as you look around at the landscape of your life, you will see how everything connects. What once seemed random now reveals divine symmetry. The trials that stretched you have become bridges to your purpose. The wounds that ached have turned into wells of wisdom. Heaven wastes nothing. Every scar glows with glory now. Every loss has turned into instruction. Every unanswered prayer has become a different kind of miracle. You will begin to recognize blessings that were disguised as burdens. Walking in overflow is not about wealth, it is about wholeness. It means you no longer chase, you attract. You no longer strive, you align. You no longer seek validation, you rest in truth. This is what divine fortune truly means, to move through life with the calm certainty that everything you need will arrive in its appointed time. You will speak less but see more. You will worry less but achieve more. You will live in rhythm with grace. In this new season, wisdom will become your greatest treasure. Listen for it in quiet moments. Heaven will whisper through intuition, through unexpected encounters, through peace that settles in your heart without explanation. You will find yourself guided in ways that feel effortless, as if the path itself is rising to meet your feet. This is what it means to live under open heaven, not constant struggle, but constant flow. Chosen one. The blessing that has come upon you is not meant to fade. It will grow as you grow. But every river needs boundaries to keep flowing strong. Keep your spirit anchored in humility. Remember where you came from. Gratitude is the armor that protects overflow. When your heart remains thankful, greed finds no entrance and pride finds no throne. Gratitude is the language of those who walk with heaven's favor. Speak it daily. The sacred writings describe this posture beautifully. It is found in the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This is your reality now. Goodness and mercy are not visitors, they are companions. They do not come and go, they travel with you. Wherever you step, they step. Wherever you rest, they rest. You have entered a chapter where blessings will find you naturally. But remember, prosperity is not measured by possessions, but by peace. The wealth of heaven manifests as harmony between purpose and provision. You will live lighter, love deeper, and see farther. What once drained you will now delight you. The world around you will feel brighter, not because it changed, but because you did. Chosen one, breathe in this new air. The dust has settled and the sky is clear. You are walking under a heaven that smiles. Every step forward from here is sacred ground. The journey does not end with the explosion, it begins here. In the stillness that follows, where revelation turns into rhythm. Let your days be filled with peace, your nights with clarity, and your heart with continual gratitude. You are not who you were when this began. You are refined, crowned, and steady. The explosion did not just change your circumstances, it changed you. And that, more than anything, is the true fortune heaven promised. Walk gently, walk wisely, and never forget you were chosen for this exact moment in time. Chosen one, you have reached the end of this journey, but heaven's voice still lingers, soft as breath and strong as thunder. If these words have stirred something within you, if light has reached a hidden place in your spirit, then let that gratitude move through action. Like this message as a way of saying, I hear and I receive. Share it so that someone wandering in darkness might find their way to this same light. You never know who stands one word away from awakening. Leave a comment below. Share what part spoke to your heart. What moment felt like a divine echo in your soul? Your testimony may be the sign someone else has been praying for. And if you haven't already, subscribe, stay close to this flow of words that heaven keeps releasing. Each time you return, you'll find another spark waiting to meet you. This is more than content, it is covenant. Every interaction becomes a ripple in eternity's water. So, let your presence be known not for recognition, but for resonance. You are part of this story now, part of heaven's ongoing whisper across earth. The message lives on through you.